Sup y'all, it's me, it's your boy Asmongold, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Artifact Weapon Questline for Ret Paladins, which is going to reward the Ashbringer, and we're also going to be taking a little bit of a look at the Paladin class haul as well. Now, one thing I do want to say is that if you don't want any spoilers, you want everything to be a surprise, and if you buy the expansion, get the fuck out of this video because some crazy shit is about to go down. Now, first thing that happens is this guy comes up to you whenever you get in a dollar in, and he's like, yo, some crazy shit went down, just like I said, and then we have to go out here and talk to him and decide what artifact weapon we want to have. Now, if you guys don't know how they're supposed to work, is that each different spec gets a different artifact weapon, and so I'll show you guys the three different ones you can get. You get the Silver Hand from Holy, the Protection gets Truth Guard, and Ret gets the Ashbringer. It seems a little bit lopsided to me, but anyway, so you go ahead and pick one. I think you can't pick another one until you get up to 110. I'm not really entirely certain, no. And Ashbringer actually looks really, really nice, and so I'm going to go ahead and pick that and then talk to him. And pretty much what happened here is that Tyrion Fordring was down there at the broken shore, and we have to kind of like recover him and help him out because he was in the battle, right? And so we got to go down there and see what's going on. And anyway, there's going to be a little bit, I wanted to have all the dialogue in here, right? And so there's going to be a little bit of dead time, I'll be honest, just because I don't want to have you guys miss out on like the whole lore thing and everything. And you guys told me the other day that what you wanted me to do is like actually narrate through the whole thing after I did the Fury Warrior one, and so I'm going to be narrating through the whole thing just like you guys want it to be, and so I'm just letting you guys know that. So you come down here to the broken shore, and guess what? There's a bunch of fucking demons, and guess what? You got to kill them, right? And so that's not a big deal, right? Because they're non-elites, and you got all these other Argent Crusade guys, and pretty much you stand there and they kill them either way. And so these new demons, like, let's take a look at these demons, right? Look at that guy. Look at that sword. Look at those shoulders. Look at his eye. Like, and that's not plural. He's only got one. And look at that. Look at that fist, man. Like, that's like as big as a horse. Like, that's crazy. Like, I really like these new models, honestly, a lot. Like, they've really outdone themselves. I mean, like, I've loved the leveling. I've loved everything about this expansion so far, except for the ability pruning. I think that with Warriors, at least, we've lost a little bit too many abilities. I'm hoping that we'll get some more flavor abilities back. But anyway, that's not really for this video. And so anyway, it calls down some Infernals, right? But like, you give a fuck. You don't even care about them. You just kill them anyway. It doesn't even matter. And so, you know, and also, like, Ret Paladins are pretty fun to play. Like, I kind of enjoyed playing them. And by the way, before you say that I suck at Ret Paladin, I know. I have no idea what I'm doing. And so then this guy, Jailor Zurus, now we got to go after him. I don't know, it's like Shanox or something like that, like Poison Shanox, Demon Shanox, and chase him down, and I guess that guy's putting fire on the ground. That is really just for effect. Like, if you stand in that, it does like 10,000 damage, nobody cares. And so I guess, yeah, you got to go over there. Map's not entirely done. And so this is where we actually have to meet up with Tyrion Fordring, because he's down there, as you can see. And this is just like alright, guys. Like, I'll be real, I'm kind of mad about this whole event. I'm kind of mad because, like, okay, so you have Tyrion Fordring, the High Lord of the Argent Crusade. Okay, High Lord of the Argent Crusade is getting his ass beat by a non-elite. It's not even an elite. He's getting his ass beat by a non-elite. Like, he killed the Lich King. I mean, I guess we did too, but I mean, like, he broke Frostmourne. He's getting his ass beat by a non-elite? What a joke. And so then you got to kill this guy. And like, so Zach the Paladin, if I could think of anybody in the entire world that is more undeserving of Ashbringer, there isn't any. Zach the Paladin is the most undeserving Paladin of Ashbringer in the entire world. And so I don't really know how to feel about all this. So you got to retrieve the Ashbringer, okay? Because, see, the Ashbringer is, like, in itself a very, very powerful weapon. But I guess it's powerful against Scourge, and so Tyrion Fordring brought it to fight the demons. It's like bringing a chicken tender to a cockfight, right? He's just unprepared. And so now we got to go inside this little crevice here, and we got to fight some other demons. Anyway, so we're going to go inside here, kill some more demons. As I said before, now, there's a special guy. Now, he's back. We thought he wasn't back, but he's back. His name's Balnazar. Okay, there he is. That's his name. And he is a real dick. Okay, he's a real dick. He was trying to get into the Scarlet Crusade. You guys remember that? We had to kill him. And somehow, now he's back again. And so we got to kill him again. So right here, we're going to pick up the Ashbringer. Now, I don't know about you guys, but Balnazar is not really that smart. Like, couldn't he have stopped us before we get into the Ashbringer? Check out that right there. look, that was pretty cool, right? Like that the whole thing. I wish that lasted like 5 seconds longer, honestly. And so I get the Ashbringer right there, and so I think you automatically have it equipped. And now you have to fight Balnazar, and who's also a non-elite. Like, can't they should just put an elite portrait on there just to make you feel good? You know, I think that would be a good idea. Now, all these fights are relatively easy to do. I did it all at 680 item level. That's the default gear that they give you, and so I wouldn't really stress out too much about this being difficult for you. You know, even if you're kind of shitty geared. And so then he does some kind of thing here, and sooner than later he's going to be dead. I think he actually doesn't die. He just ports away at the last second. And so anyway, I don't really know how to feel about, like, you know, the whole Ashbringer thing. And so then you have to go back to Tyrion Forging. And so after you basically vanquish Balnazar, the Tyrion Forging, you know, again, the guy that broke Frostmourne, that's what he couldn't, I don't know, I guess, I don't know. It might be shown more in the cinematic. I'm not entirely certain, though. I don't really expect it to be. And so then we're going over to Tyrion Forging. You see, he brink of death. Okay, so this is not good. It's like, Paladins, like, I mean, you've got Bubble, you've got Divine Intervention, I guess they took that out of the game, and you've got Resurrection, okay? And like none of these fucking Paladins know how to cast any 3 of those on the High Lord. Like, what kind of a joke is this? Like, they should be able to heal him up, because he's not dead yet. They should be able to heal him. And so here, this is like, I was like really kind of upset about this. Because, like, again, like, the Ashbringer in itself is a very powerful weapon, and that's why you have to pick it up. And I just didn't really like this Tyrion. I mean, he dies, you know, and I think that it's really fucking dumb that he died, especially, like, on the Broken Shore against the non-elite demon man. What kind of a joke is that? Like, I was so frustrated about this. And so, but you do get the Ashbringer, Zack the Paladin, the most undeserving person of the Ashbringer in all of Azeroth, now has it. And so anyway, now after you go ahead and do all this RP event, everybody's sad, you get back on the Hippogriff, and I think you go back to Dalaran, and then at that point you're going to be going over to Light's Hope Chapel, which is where that's the class hall for Paladins, and you know, Ret Paladins of course are Paladins, so you're going to be going over there as well. It gave everything for the Ashbringer. Ashbringer is very, very powerful, and so it doesn't really do a whole lot. That's one thing I don't really like, is that there aren't really a whole lot of like cool like Ashbringer effects. It seems like they could add some more of those into the game. I don't know. That's you know, hopefully they will. And so anyway, you go ahead and talk to this guy, and you go ahead and head over to Light's Hope Chapel, which you can port over there after you go ahead and do the initial quest line. You get like this little thing to where you can just port automatically over there to your class hall. I think that's going to be how it's going to work. And so we're going to go in there. Those aren't supposed to be there. So this is the Paladin class hall. It looks really, really nice. Honestly, guys, I kind of like the warrior one a little bit more because I like the whole like Norse mythology, like Valhalla thing. But honestly, this is really, really cool as well. I really, really like it. It reminds me a lot of like a Middle Ages cathedral, or a you know, like some sort of a church, you know. And so I really, really like it. You got, like, you know, see the green shit coming down. What's that? Like vines, something like that. And so you come down here and see. Right now, you got to talk to Lord Maxus. See, what it is since Tyrion, since you got the Ashbringer, and so now you're establishing the Order of the Silver Hand, and so this is like a big deal, right? Because the Order of the Silver Hand is like that's like the A team for Paladins, okay? And you know, honestly, like it's like the Navy SEALs for Paladins, something like that. The Marine Recon Paladins is I think you guys get the idea, right? And so here you are, the one chosen hero, along with the other 2 other one chosen heroes. And you're also going to get a title for this. It's called High Lord, and so it's going to be High Lord Zack, and I think that's pretty cool as well. And so now you write your name on this book. I don't know why. I didn't really read all of the quests, and so you go ahead and do that. And then pretty much you heard the legend of Zack the Paladin, proven worthy of wielding the Ashbringer, succeeding Tyrion as High Lord. Wow, with Zack at our head, we can be the weapon brought to bear against the Legion. See that? I mean, like, what about the guy right next to me? Is he the High Lord too? I think there's some continuity here. It's a little bit of a problem anyway. Okay, I think that you guys know how I feel about that. So anyway, here we go, and there's like a little cool event thing. I thought this was cool, right? So you have like Lady Linandrin, I don't know how to pronounce it, with the what's her name, the Blood Knights, and then you have the Drain Knights. So they're coming together, under the command, under the helm of Zack the Paladin, High Lord Zack the Paladin. And so then you establish the Order of the Silver Hand, and so I think that's really cool. I mean, it's like a little bit of a nostalgia trip for me, because back in Warcraft 2, Warcraft 3, Silver Hand, I mean, those were, it's like if you had like Silver Hand units in your group, like, this was going to be an easy mission, right? And so then you go back, and I don't know why I'm RP walking around. And so then you go back, talk to him. There's the guiding light. So this is what's going to port you back to your class hall whenever you want to be. And then you get him. I don't know why you get him as a follower. I have no idea, honestly, how that's supposed to work. And so then after that, you're going to be able to actually get your artifact, level up your artifact weapon. And this is actually pretty interesting. Now, this might be the first time I actually sit down with you guys and show you the artifact weapon and all the different abilities that it has. And so you go ahead and you click on the altar here. And it shows your Ashbringer, and so you can see it right there and move it around. And down at the bottom, the appearances. I guess you might not be able to see that because the camera's in the way, but there's the appearances thing, and that's where you kind of transmog it. And all of these things are little, basically talent points that you use. You have to put in there, and you have it seems to me every single time that you put one in, it adds another 100 artifact power that you have to put in. So the first upgrade is 100, second is 200, third is 300, and they don't reset. And so after you move to the next one, it's going to be 400, and I'm assuming 500 after that. And so you guys can see, obviously, filling up the entire Ashbringer here is going to be very, very difficult to do, and also quite time-consuming, which I don't necessarily think is a bad thing. I don't also know how it actually is supposed to. What's like really the way to put this? Is there any gating on like how much artifact power you can get per week or anything? In a way, I hope there is, but in a way, I hope there's not. I don't really know. I'm just kind of curious to see how it's going to be. And so, obviously, you can see those big talents at the bottom. Oh, yeah, here's the appearances. Now, I can't actually use any of these, of course, because I haven't unlocked them. But as you guys can see, there are definitely a number of them along with different color variants. And so there it is. I went and I pretty much put my talent point in. And you can choose which direction you want to go, because it is going to matter towards the beginning. But I think ultimately you are going to be able to pick all of the talent points. But I think probably towards the end it's going to take probably weeks or something like that just to get one more artifact upgrade, which again I think is pretty good replayable content. I'm curious to see how it's going to work out in rating and everything, because people will kind of feel compelled to have to do them. And look at this, look how great this Paladin class hall looks. I really like the way they did the lighting. I think that the lighting is probably my favorite part of the class hall itself. And so anyway, guys, after you do that, this is actually pretty much it. Then you go ahead and you talk over to this guy, and he sends you out on a mission, and then you basically go back into the Broken Isles and start kicking ass with the Ashbringer. And so anyway, guys, that's pretty much all it's going to take in order to, all it's going to take, whatever you want to say. That is how the Ashbringer is claimed, and look at that, you got the Quel'Serrar and the Sun Eater right there next to it. Definitely not as good as the Ashbringer, though. So anyway, you go ahead and pick that up, and honestly, guys, that's pretty much all I got. So I hope you enjoyed, and it's pretty much all I got, as I said. So, thanks for watching, and like, comment, subscribe.